want to talk to you about one of San Francisco's hottest neighborhoods that often gets overlooked. Out-of-town folks have never heard of it. There's no tourism here. The only people that really hang out here are the people that live here or other folks from other neighborhoods in San Francisco. Yet the condo market has significantly risen over the last 10 years, outperforming most other neighborhoods here in San Francisco. It's not a new modern neighborhood like South Beach or Mission Bay. It has tons of 100-plus-year-old architecture and historic charm on every block. And even though its main strip was known for being one of the city's grittiest, it has now become one of San Francisco's top local hangout scenes. Okay, let's jump right in. So first, what does NoPa even mean? Well, it's an acronym for North of the Panhandle, and that's exactly where it's located. This long stretch of park here that's connected to Golden Gate Park. It's bordered by Divisadero Street to the east, Turk to the north, Masonic to the west, and the Panhandle to the south. And my office is located right here in NoPa on Divisadero. Now there is a ton to do right here in NoPa, but one of its main draws is it is so central. It's right near everything. You can get just about anywhere quickly in the city. NoPa got lucky during the two big earthquakes in 1906 and 1989. Most of the neighborhood was spared, so you'll see plenty of Victorian and Edwardian homes everywhere, including the famous Painted Ladies next to Alamo Square Park, just one block east of Divisadero. Now, NoPa by no means is the cheapest neighborhood in San Francisco, but it is well below median sale price of the northern neighborhoods. So check out the difference between Pacific Heights and NoPa for single-family homes. You're looking at $3 million compared to $6 million. And the condo data is the same. So this is for two-bed condos in NoPa versus Pacific Heights, and you can see that there's a few 100K difference. We'll get more into these numbers later, but just know that you're getting a ton of value here for what you're getting. So back to the location. As you can see here on the map, it's about as central as you can get. You're right next to Haight-Ashbury, the Richmond, the Sunset. You're not far from downtown or the Mission or the Marina. Another great part is that most homes have a tucked-in neighborhood vibe. You don't really feel packed in. There's a lot of tree-lined streets full of Victorian and Edwardian buildings. But you also have Divisadero Street, which has undergone a major transformation. 10 years ago, nobody wanted to hang out on Divis. Nobody was talking about it, but now it is definitely one of the #1 destinations in the city. And for all the investors and speculators out there, NoPa is a prime example of how a neighborhood can just change at the drop of a hat. And this was not a big planned urban development. This all happened organically with all the right businesses moving in, one right after the other. And finally, NoPa has one other major thing that it has going for it. It is not that hilly. It's relatively flat for San Francisco. And most San Francisco neighborhoods, especially when you get to the north side of town, it can get very hilly, but NoPa is really flat, very walkable, very chill. Another reason why NoPa is so desirable. Okay, so now that you already know a lot about NoPa, let's talk about why it's really buzzing, and that is the lifestyle. And there is one street that captures everything that I'm talking about, and that's Divisadero Street. 10 years ago, Divis was not a place where people made special trips to. Now it is one of the hottest food scenes in the city. Kefico is constantly booked up. It is always making the best of SF lists, and Suvla for great Greek food. The Mill is my personal go-to coffee shop. It has fresh organic sourdough bread that they make every day. Brenda's Meat in 3 has excellent Southern comfort food, and Beretta is an Italian restaurant that has one of my favorite thin crust pizzas that you absolutely have to try. I highly recommend the Bartender Pizza. And don't forget 4505, one of San Francisco's top barbecue joints. And NoPa is not just a top foodie destination, but it has a ton of great coffee shops. The Mill that I already mentioned and Matching Half Cafe are two pretty cool spots that are always packed with people working on their laptops all day. And there is great nightlife too, places like Madrone Art Bar, The Page, and Fly Bar. Grocery stores are super convenient too with Buy Right and Folletti Foods, and there's even a Whole Foods a short walk away. And if you're into live music, there's the Independent right across the street. And I can't forget the Emporium, an arcade/bar that you absolutely have to check out. I'll talk more about how the walkability plays an important role in the lifestyle here a little bit later in the video. Another major selling point for NoPa is the parks. The Panhandle is right here, a strip of park that connects Golden Gate Park. It has bike paths, basketball courts, a lot of green space, and it is always packed with joggers and dog walkers morning, noon, and night. And if you want even more green space, you're right next to Golden Gate Park itself. There's over 1,000 acres of forest, lakes, museums, gardens, and a lot more. It's one of the most incredible parks in the world. And don't forget, Alamo Square is just a block off of Divisadero. Having all of that within walking distance is darn near priceless. What's also cool about NoPa is there is a really great blend of it being very family friendly, but still having an edge to it. You'll see families pushing strollers right by the Independent where there's a long line of people trying to get into the concert. I see kids up and down this block all the time trying to get into the skate shop over here. It's a really great balance that you don't see in every neighborhood in the city. So now that you've seen why the lifestyle is so attractive here, let's dig into the real estate numbers. The first thing I want to point out that we briefly talked about is how much this neighborhood has changed over the past 10 years. Back then, median sale price for a condo was $1,500 more than the city average. That number's now $125,000. And at the peak of the market in 2022, that gap was as high as $381,000. So what type of homes are you going to find for sale in NoPa? Single-family homes are hard to come by. There is currently one on the market right now, and you'll see as many as 3 or 4 on the market at any given time. I listed a single-family home in NoPa about a year and a half ago, and we sold it in the middle of the year, and it was the second single-family home to sell that year. Condos are the major inventory here. There are some new construction condos. There's some newer projects that are happening on the main arteries, like on Divisadero, but because the earthquake did not do that much damage here, the vast majority of condo inventory are in the Victorians and the Edwardians. They almost all have well-preserved exteriors and plenty of interior architecture that's still intact. And condos sell pretty fast here in NoPa. They'll be on the market for 2 weekends for open houses, and then they'll take offers that very next week, which is right on par with almost every other neighborhood in San Francisco. Let's talk more about the community here in NoPa, like who lives here, who wants to be here, the vibe, all that kind of stuff. By the way, my name is Erik Throm. I work at City Real Estate, a locally owned boutique who helps over 300 clients a year, over $740 million in sales annually. But I'm not a part of a team. I do not hand off my clients to junior agents under me. Every client that I have works directly with me from start to finish. Now let's talk a little bit more about what it really feels like to live in NoPa, because that feeling is what really makes this a neighborhood. It's the community vibe, the people, a sense of belonging that makes NoPa really stand out. One of the coolest things about NoPa is the diversity of its residents. You have longtime residents that have been here for decades, new tech professionals moving in, young families who love being so close to the parks, and creative types who appreciate the neighborhood's artistic and historical vibe. And you can see this all in real time at the Divisadero Farmers Market on any given Sunday. This mix of people creates a real sense of community. NoPa's not dominated by any one type of person or group, and that's the one thing that really makes it feel authentic. It doesn't matter if you're a young professional, a family with kids, or someone who's been here for decades. There's a place for everyone in NoPa, and that's what makes it really feel like home to so many people. There's also the Divisadero Art Walk, which happens every few months, where all the businesses stay open late, and they feature local artists and performers. NoPa has art galleries, art shows, and performances happening all the time. And if you're someone who likes to get around by bike, NoPa is a great place for that. With bike paths in the Panhandle that connect to the larger Golden Gate Park bike network, it's one of the few neighborhoods in San Francisco where you can get around everywhere easily on a bike without dealing with any major hills. So now you know what living in NoPa feels like, the fact that it's only getting better and it's becoming the new it neighborhood. So first off, everybody knows the old cliche about real estate that the 3 most important things are location, location, location. And in San Francisco, that is even more important. And NoPa is right here in the center of the city. You're so close to everything that you want to be near. Golden Gate Park, downtown, the Mission, Richmond, Sunset. Not only is everything right outside your front door, but all these other neighborhoods are so close and so walkable. It also feels a lot quieter than most of those neighborhoods that I just mentioned. The majority of the residential streets are very quiet and sleepy and tree-lined. So this neighborhood really offers the best of both worlds. Then there's Divisadero Street that has completely changed over the last 10 years, turning it into one of SF's top local spots. Another big reason NoPa is so great is the housing stock. All these beautiful Victorian and Edwardian homes without the big price tag that you pay in the northern neighborhoods like Pacific Heights or the Marina. NoPa also stands out for its culture. It's cool but does not feel stuck up. People love it here because it feels authentic. It's got character, it's got a ton of amenities, and the locals that live here use all these amenities. They are not built for tourism. They're not designed to draw other people in. If you're new here, hey, my name is Erik Throm, former tech exec turned realtor. I help folks that I meet on YouTube and TikTok every single day. And if you have any questions or real estate needs at all, I am only a text away to start the conversation. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.